Hello, hello, hello. We gonna have some conversations today. So today was my day off, Monday. These videos will probably go up for the next few days. Don't know which one I'll release first, but I'm just filming everything to get it put away. So when I go out, I go out. I probably spent like 200 and some change today. All of that y'all may not see. However, I left early. I normally don't even get out of bed until like 10 o'clock on my day off. But I was on a little bit of a mission. So I've been seeing these ads come across Instagram about binge eating, studies, CNS healthcare. We gonna pay you over $1,000 for this test or whatever. I said, let me go do it. You sign up. They gonna call. They had me an appointment the next day to come in there. So if you're in Jacksonville, you see these ads. They have all these studies going. You could sign up. Hey, you need some extra cash. If you need some extra cash, and I was telling my son, yeah, I'm gonna be a Reese's test monkey. But they turned me down flat, because if you don't, well, I probably never really talked about it on this channel, but I already had a lap band since 2006. So I wasn't a candidate for that study. If they have my info, if they want to give me a call, if I need it, I might even do it. But what happens is you go sign up. You might be the placebo. You might be the one actually testing a new med or whatever. And then every 2 weeks or so, you come in, give them a report. You get a couple of $100 until it adds up to like anywhere. It could be like $1,300. So that could be a good little extra income if you are truly in need. But I just did it just to see what they were going to say. Then I had a whole day lined up because I was on that side of town. I did not make it to IKEA because I was going to go get them 2,500 steps in, look around, maybe pick up a new plant baby from a plant wall behind me. I just was going to be out. And I did stay out. And you know what? I stayed out. I got up out that bed at 7:40, took a shower, was on the road by 8 because I was running late because the appointment was at 8:45 and I did not know what traffic looked like because she don't do traffic. I work at the house. So that is it. I do not do traffic, so I was trying to be on time. I still got there a minute late, but I got there. And so that started me for the day. So Target was on my list. Thrift was on my list. IKEA was on my list, but I did not make it. You know, I had to stop through an Aldi. And I did go to a Dollar Tree. And I went to Sprouts. Did I say that already? I went to Sprouts, but child, I ain't buy enough. I spent pretty much a lot of money there. Then I went to Total Wine because I barely get out that way. Costco was on my list and didn't make it because I was like, if I buy something cold, I got to go home and I like it out here. But I didn't spend much as I normally spend. I will say that much. The most I spent was probably at Total Wine. I'm getting a gift for somebody, and then Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree was $62, y'all. And y'all know I ain't been spending that much. Maybe once a month y'all will get a big haul. But the rest of them been under $20. So that's how that's been rolling. And that's probably how it's going to keep going. So I think what I will do first is Target. It's small. I'm going to mix Target with a thrift store haul. Ow. That thing hit me in my leg. Because I only bought $3 at the thrift. So I'm going to mix Target with the thrift store haul since it's not much at either store. I want to say I only spent like $20 at Target. Not even 20. I think it went over 20 because I bought a Starbucks. So that was what drove that over $20. But because you know that was $6. I spent $18.87 at Target. $18.87. Now I'm going to tell you what was cheaper than the Dollar Tree. I'm also, oh, I ain't see this date. Also going to tell you what was on sale. So, and I'm also going to give you a tip why you need to pay attention when you in there. Because you need to pay attention. So, this orange creamsicle Captain Crunch. $2.65 for this family size box. It is 22.1 ounces. Orange creamsicle Captain Crunch. I don't know how that's gonna taste. I don't know why I've been wanting to taste these cereals, and I will literally taste them. I might even just get a little out the box, cause like that cookies and cream frosted flakes was a. But I'm gonna give it away. And mind me, I'm gonna give it away tomorrow. Then, of course, 500 Q-tips. And I got to use real Q-tips because I used a cheap Q-tip one day and it broke off in my ear. So I got to use real Q-tips. Ain't nothing like the real thing when it comes to Q-tips. Them cheap ones will fall off in your ear. Okay? So I bought this and it was $3.50 because it's 10% off. And that'll last a while. Then, here's where we need to pay attention. So, I was in the aisle. I saw these. And I actually got two of them because it said buy one, get 50% off. It was a sign right over it, say Ragoos. And look, it was right next to this and over the other jar Ragoos. So, Prego. You know what? It might have said Ragu. Child, now that I think of it. Well, whatever. I told him this had a 50% sign on top of it. So it was buy one, get 50% off. And he went on and did it. So this was $2.69. The second one I bought was $1.35 for some Alfredo sauce. So I say I'm going to add that to the pantry and make me some shrimp Alfredo. That's the easiest way to make Alfredo. And then we have less than the Dollar Tree. Cheaper than the Dollar Tree, cheaper than the Dollar Tree. So these were 99 cents a piece. If my child won't eat no tuna fish, child, I wish. But these are good back to school lunch thing if your child will eat them. And it's 25% less sodium. Wild caught tuna and water. I like that they're less sodium. Okay, I really do like that. And then, what else we got in this bag? I didn't buy much. Then I went to the dollar spot. So at the dollar spot, they had this, which has a magnet on the back. So this could be a pot holder, dish towel, pot holder, hanger, markers or something for the kitchen, lunch to help with lunch preps if you need some like your clips or something like that. So I'm gonna put this on the side of the refrigerator, and it was $3. So they have it where it's hanging, it's spices, it's actual spices on it, and it's hanging utensils on here. But I like my idea better. But that's a good space-saving thing for the side of the fridge. And then they had these. And that one was what, $3? Yeah, this was $3. So that's a decent deal for $3. And then they had these. This was $3, but look. It expands. So I went out today looking for something to put my records in. So I got two options. This expands, but I will use it somewhere else. It can be used in the pantry too. So I brought one of these. And then I got my second jar of Prego. So that is it for that Target. That's why I say I'm going to just do double up on these hauls. Because that is it for the Target. And I only spent $18. So then I went thrifting at the end. And the rain caught me. So I always, I got a book addiction. I got a book problem. And I could say I'm not, but then I see something that I can't pass up. Just bought 2 books off of Amazon. Just bought about 5 books on my last 2 Dollar Tree trips. And I got some today too from the Dollar Tree. So, this one I could not pass up. This was an amazing find at the thrift store. Amazing. Reader's Digest 100 Hints and Tips for Your Garden. A to Z Guide, 350 garden topics, all the way from acid soil to zucchini. Turn to it for tips and advice about lawns, trees, flowers, vegetables, houseplants, compost, pots, and planters, and hundreds more gardening concerns. This thing won but 99 cents, and it was 25% off of green. So this book was 75 cents for a hardback book full of pictures and information. And we used to could trust Reader's Digest. And this was written in, let me see when it was written. Library 101. Go back to the first few pages. It was written in 1996. 1996. So this old information, old tried and true information. Okay? And I was happy to get that. And then this one, I thought about it, then I was like, yeah, let me get it. Once I realized green was 25%, I was like, I'll pay $3 for this. Once I actually looked inside, I was like, yeah, this is cool. And it retails for $24.99 US. So it was the #1 New York Times bestseller. Never heard of it. But it's called Thug Kitchen. Eat like you give you know what? Thug Kitchen. And when I looked inside, I was like, yeah, I make some of this stuff for real. So it's more healthier foods with some taste. And then it even tells you what you need in your kitchen. And I'm sure I got all this. Fruit salad smoothie, wedding soup with white bean balls and kale, baked zucchini chips, plantain chips, fire roasted salsa, creamy horchata, there's some tofu recipes, roasted beer and lime cauliflower tacos with cilantro, coleslaw. So this sounds pretty darn good. I don't know who wrote it. It says the official cookbook. Is Thug Kitchen in like California or something? I don't know. But yeah, say Central Market. Something about Julia Childs. And this was written 2014. So this is an older book. But looks good. Looks vegan. And I want to try to eat more vegan meals. Never claiming to be vegan. So here's my option number 2 for record albums, which is this. This was expensive, but I thought this would look cute. Just sitting on the floor with the albums inside, and I can kind of flip through them from the top. But this was $6.99. $6.99 from the Thrift. So kind of saw it from a distance, and I walked to it. Didn't even test the record in it, but hopefully they fit. So that is that for those. Then how much? I'm at 14 minutes. I'm going to stop there because I want to do Aldi separately. I'll do Old Navy. Old Navy pretty quick. So we had it's back to school. If you are in Florida, it's tax-free week. Tax-free. They said Target in the town center was wall to wall. Like I would probably pulled off. Wall to wall on Sunday when tax-free started. And it was the weekend. They say that place was so packed you couldn't even get in or out the door sort of thing. So I'm glad I went today. I'm so glad I'm off during the week too. I sit home on Sunday. and let everybody else be out there who gotta go somewhere to work the next day. So I did, I had some Old Navy bucks, because you know they give the super cash, and the super cash was $20 off 50. Okay, so they gave me a new one. They give you a whole new one for next month, 20 off 50. So I'm gonna put that in my purse. And I was over there. And I was like, oh, this is the good Old Navy. So let me go over here and find some, little odds and ends for back to school, and end up finding some stuff for myself too. And let me get my receipt. I'll just go and throw this in here too. It's the thrift store. I guess I better really work on this thumbnail and get y'all watching. Here's Old Navy, because these receipts are stacked here. So here's Old Navy. Ooh, I'm so thirsty. I need to get some water for the next one. So Old Navy, I spent $35.69. I did not get much, and it was crazy. But I got these shoes for cameraman. To bop around the house in. Everybody needs some house slides. And they were $6 and something. So they in the end, after the discount, they was $4.47 a pair. But yeah, they were like, they're on clearance for $6. And then I got him this pair too. So it's about two pairs, look almost the same, but the sole's a little different. So they started off at $6 something. And this one say $9.99. Shoot, this one say $9.99. But I think they ended up being $4.47 each once they took all the discounts off. So that's for him. And then I did get him, I hope he can fit these. I did get him a pair of joggers. So these have the things. Now let's talk about this. I'm looking through this men's department. These are decent joggers, okay? Hopefully they ain't hoochie colors. But when they start making these Daisy Dukes for men, I am so appalled at the length of these shorts at the freaking Old Navy. I was so pissed. I'm like, where's the regular basketball shorts that come at or past your knees? Now that was ridiculous. That is so freakish to me that Old Navy going there. So I was a little bit pissed by that. But, and disturbed. They did have maybe a couple of styles of cargo shorts. And then you had to go just get you some pants and jeans. Because these things was Daisy Dukes for men. And if you're from my area, you know what Daisy Dukes is. The shorts was too shorts. When they get these whole shorts for men, I am lost. But men do not need to be wearing shorts that tight. I mean, they was short enough for something to be falling from underneath. I cannot do it. It was wrong. But then I got past that. I just grabbed him some pants. I was like, we ain't shopping here for no bottoms. We can do graphic tees all day long, but that's about all we gonna do. And then they had the spray sanitizer, so this was $5.50 there. But I had to get something to make the coupon go through because I was like short of 50. I was like $2-3, not even $1 short of 50. Yeah, I grabbed something $5.50 to make it here, but I was not gonna let my $20 go by the wayside. So it was worth it. So it was free. And then I got some graphic tees for me. So I got Salt and Pepper's here, Push It. You know I love my old school artist graphic tees. And then got me a new Tupac shirt. So Old Navy does have those. So all of that was $35. 2 shirts, pair of pants, 2 shoes, and hand sanitizer. Not 2 outfits and a pair of shoes for $2.30. But we ain't gonna even talk about that. We gonna end this video here. Yes. We're ending this video right here. And as always, prep and pray. Are y'all getting ready for back to school? Because we have one more week. We don't even have a whole week. We got 6 whole days. And school will be back. We have to get in the bedroom We gotta go through the bedroom, purge, organize. I try to do that twice a year. Try to reset it, go through the book bag, make sure you got all your stuff for the first day. I don't know when that's happening. I guess that's gonna happen Friday night, Sunday morning. I just don't know. Time is winding. It is really winding down. So time is flying. That's what it's doing. It's speeding up. Something ain't right. But as always, prep and pray. I hope you are prepared. I hope you're able to get prepared. If you're not, and we'll talk about the other stuff on the next video. But plant a seed, plant a seed, plant a seed. I love you to life. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.